taking you through another adventure with me in nature. I hope you enjoy this video. I apologize if there's some sounds. It's a very, very windy day here today, but hopefully it won't be too bad. This is also the last time that I'll be recording sounds of my phone, as my new mic is set to arrive before my next video, so I'm super excited for that. Okay, so I'll be taking you to a little farm that's kind of in the middle of absolutely nowhere. Like, it's quite a difficult road to get there, but this farm belongs to my uncle. My uncle, along with my mom and their sister, grew up there. So this place is very near and dear to my mom and my grandma's hearts. Unfortunately, we don't get to visit the farm all that often anymore, just because my uncle, he has a lot of problems and he's not an easy person to be around. I don't want to get too much into debt about that because it makes me quite sad, but we got the opportunity to visit the farm this weekend just for a few hours, so I was really excited to do that and to see the farm again. I wanted to record some nice farm sounds for you guys as well, but my mom was talking so much. Her voice ended up being in every single clip, but she obviously was very excited about being on the farm, so I didn't want to steal her moment, so I just let it be. I also took my dog with. He had so much fun. He was so happy to have the space to run around and to play. It was a really, really hot day. Like, that part of the country gets super, super hot. So, especially around this time of year, because we are in the peak of summer right now, everything is very dry. So you'll see a lot of like brown and whatnot. But normally in winter, this farm is beautiful. It's got green grass everywhere. The rivers are overflowing. There's lots of flowers everywhere. It's a completely different scenery, and I hope to be able to visit this farm again sometime during winter, and then I can show that to you guys. But yeah, this is basically the like entrance to the farm. So there's like a steep hill that you need to get up to, so you need like a really decent car to get to this farm. And this is when we just arrived, so the dogs are just getting to know each other. There's 2 dogs who are already on the farm. The one dog's name is Zola, and I don't know the name of the other dog, but it's a spotted Jack Russell. So it's like a Jack Russell, but it has these spots on it, which I think is so cool. I've never seen a Jack Russell like that before. The dogs are a bit older, so they weren't very excited about my puppy being so energetic and jumping on them and wanting to play, but they made peace with him and they all had a blast, so it was really, really nice. We went for a nice little walk down to the river. This river is quite popular because it's quite a long river that stretches far out into the country. So every year they actually have a canoe race down this river. So a bunch of people canoe. And when my mom and them were kids, they would sit by the river when this race takes place, and they would cheer on all the people canoeing, and it would just be a lot of fun for them to watch. There was also a cow on this farm. I'm not too sure why. I know my uncle doesn't farm with livestock, thank goodness, because it breaks my heart when people kill animals. So I'm not sure what this cow was doing there. Unfortunately, I do know that my killed animals in the past, but hopefully this one will make it out. Oh, it breaks my heart. Look how cute he is. He gets up and I so badly wanted to feed him something, but I didn't know if I should or if there was anything around to feed him, because he does get fed like every single day, I think, so I decided to just leave it. But I just wanted to give the cow a massive hug and tell him like, it's all gonna be okay, baby. So yeah, he was very cute. I did not expect to see him there. So there's quite a few hiking trails on this farm that you can do. Some are longer, some are not so bad. And sometimes when you're doing the hike, you would see like all these beautiful animals. Like we saw a weasel, and you sometimes see meerkats, and you can see hares. So hares are like massive rabbits. It's quite something. And the farm is so quiet. Like if you sleep there at night, you don't hear a sound. Like it's kind of scary but kind of beautiful at the same time, because you don't experience that in the city. The stars are also so beautiful and so bright at night because there's no light to block out the vision of the stars. And also it's super dark at night, so if you're laying in bed and the lights are off and you put your hand in front of your face, then you can't see anything. Like you can't see your hand in front of your face. It's quite scary. If you want to get up to get a drink or go to the bathroom, you need to use your phone lights, otherwise you just won't find your way around. My uncle is also busy with some renovations for the house, and I must say they look really beautiful so far. I'm quite excited to see how the end result of the house is looking. So my dog, he doesn't normally swim, but he ended up in the river because he was following the other dogs. He can swim fine, it's just he doesn't like to swim. So it was so funny to see him paddle with his short little leggies in the river. And the river was actually very beautiful, as you can see. It's a lot fuller than I expected it to be, but you can see the water is stagnant. It's not moving. Normally it does move. When there's enough water, there's a bit of a current and the water is flowing from one side to the other. My family and I, we used to swim in this water when we were kids, and I can't believe we used to do that because the water looks so gross now. I would never do that now that I'm older, but I'm glad I got to have that experience as a kid, and I got to run around and swim and be adventurous and play. My mom was just telling us all kinds of stories from when she grew up on this farm, so it was quite interesting to hear how different her childhood was to ours. So when I was a kid, one time we went to swim in this river, and my mom and sister and grandma crossed from the one side of the river, and I decided I wanted to cross from a different side. So I got in the river by myself, and I went to make my way over to the rest of my family, and then a snake jumped out of one of the trees into the river to swim to the other side, and my heart almost stopped. I have a huge fear of snakes, so it was extremely scary. I had a nightmare that night about a snake breaking into the house, but you know, that's kind of part of the farm life. Like, you never know where you're gonna cross a snake. My mom told me that when she was a kid, there was a snake in their washing basket, and even when my uncle was sleeping, one time a snake crawled in through one of the windows and was in the house during the night time. I can't even imagine how scary that must have been. So it's definitely got its ups and downs, but yes, I think 2019 before the pandemic, and it was such a fun time. Like, my soul just felt restored. I got sunburned on my shoulders very badly, and since that time I've actually been having freckles on my shoulders where I got that sunburn. So the sun is very, very harsh on this farm, but if as long as you wear enough sunblock and stay out of the sun during the hottest parts of the day, it should be fine. The house does have aircon, which is really nice. So after we left the farm, we went to this restaurant, and when you are in this quiet part of town, the restaurants normally don't have much to offer because it's a very small town and they don't cater to lots of people. But this restaurant was so accommodating. They gave us this whole back area garden just for ourselves so that we can keep our little doggy there. That was so nice of them. And they made me this delicious vegan meal, which wasn't even on their menu, and I just enjoyed this restaurant so much. It was so nice. I left them a 5-star Google review, and we thanked the lady working there. She was so nice to us. So it was